I'm literally I just told them when they sign up first, like, hey, this is gonna be more me teaching you how to work out. After 5 months, you're gonna see the results, obviously, if you keep tracking everything. And you're gonna feel more secure about continue on your own.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends because some people has the knowledge, but they just lazy.
Right.
They doesn't have the motivate.
Yeah.
So that's why they come
That's a
to
great that's a great conversation to have with a first-time client, especially because you are teaching them how you want them to train, like the style. Typically, the trainer trains themselves, but obviously it's client to client dependent.
Right.
But you are like literally teaching them how to train, not only the actual exercises, but like just the overall concept of being in the gym.
Be in the gym, right?
Yeah, which that's a great conversation, to initially have with them, because I'm sure a lot of people come into the gym initially and they're like already kind of maybe comfortable with like I can do some things, but I just need form check or I just need technique check or whatever. But in reality, you might have a completely different way of doing things, which is
Yeah, and also it's more easy to make them feel more motivation with the functionals because I feel like with the music, I mean, if you have a great playlist,
oh yeah,
you
100%.
see them how
Yeah.
they keep
And they're
moving,
constantly moving.
keep moving, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if someone is new and you just drop them in the bench press, they working out, but
Right. Yeah.
So what is your method?
Yeah.
Like, what do you talk to them first?
Yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with communication. Like if you tell someone that you're going to be doing functional training and they might have already had a trainer that's been doing functional training, but I guarantee you in my functional training is entirely different. Because I've seen you, like you guys are doing, 20 seconds on the bike, 30 seconds on the bike, and then you're coming in here and doing something else.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
What is your style?
mine's more like body part specific.
Okay.
So I see you tend to do more like full body functional typically. But if we're doing like a functional day, it's either a lower or upper, and I always incorporate a lot of core whenever we're doing it. And if we're doing a functional day specifically, I'm also trying to keep their heart rate up. So sometimes I'll utilize, the cardio and stuff, but oftentimes I'll try to integrate something else in here, like a sled or a jump rope or whatever it may be, just because I don't like watching people on cardio equipment. I just feel like that's...
you hate it?
Yeah, I just hate it. Yeah, I just hate it. There's nothing I can really coach them through besides like the motivation. Like,
Right.
oh, keep going. Like you're almost there, counting down, whatever. But I can coach them through, pushing a sled. I can coach them through jumping rope, doing burp, like whatever.
Right.
So it's kind of like...
With the cardio thing, I'm trying my functional way is like do cardio at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, because you see how I made they keep moving. So that's why I just add more functionals in my exercise.
Yeah.
Because they can, see that as a cardio. So, and the body keep moving,
Well, it's also a great way to end because your heart rate's so high and you often will sweat bullets. And so they walk out the door sweaty and out of breath. They're immediately thinking, oh, I just got a great workout, But if you end with something that's a little more low key, that's not like too difficult, even though the rest of the workout probably was great.
It was amazing.
And very beneficial. They might not have that same takeaway.
Yeah, but when you see those people, it's like you say, they see themselves sweating and they think about, oh, I had a great workout.
Great workout.
For us, I mean, it's pretty hard for me get sweat when I'm working out.
Right.
It's pretty hard. Like I can spend 2 hours in the gym, maybe just one sweat right here.
Yeah. Exact opposite.
But we know that we actually working out.
Right.
But if you do the same to a normal person that doesn't nothing with the gym like in the moment, they're gonna feel like, oh, I didn't sweat, I didn't work out. Because the end of the day, most of the people that come to us, they just trying to lose weight, and build muscle.
A good majority, yeah.
And they had to lose weight first. And how do you lose weight? Like, what is the reaction of the body? Is get sweat, right? Start sweating. So it's pretty the mixing. I mean, I'm just trying to combine both of them.
Well, a lot of people have the misconception of that sweating means you're having a great workout.
Right.
That means you're burning more calories. And it's just an indirect, result of the work that you're doing because it's just a cooling system for your body, right? And you're just excreting toxins, within that process. But if someone comes into the gym and leaves without sweating at all, a lot of those people are going to think like they didn't do any work.
They didn't work out.
When in reality, they could have done, as effective as a workout, but they didn't sweat. So then that kind of plays with their mind in a way.
Yeah.
I really do think that whenever people do strength training and stuff, and they're, being super intentional and intense in their sets, that yes, they can sweat, but it comes down to genetics a lot as well.
Yeah.
If you're going to sweat a lot. So you don't have to sweat to have a great workout.
Right.
I sweat a lot, but I used to not sweat at all. That also has to do with the fact that I was, playing soccer a lot, and my body was more conditioned. Now I'm not
exactly
as
for the athletes when they just come to a gym.
Well, you run all the time.
Yeah, that's why when I'm run, I'm sweat as fuck.
Right.
But when I'm just come here and lifting, I don't sweat.
It's because your body's adapted to that environment.
To the That's
so
crazy,
your heart rate doesn't have to raise to the point where your body triggers the sweat glands to release and cool your body.
You know, that's something that I've been realized with my clients since I'm start doing this. And also my own experience too. I'm trying to make them sweat every session. I mean, not to kill them, literally.
Well, it's an indicator, yeah.
Yeah, but I just want to see how their body react to apply the supplements, because most of the people, they just sign up and they ask me what kind of supplements that I can take. What is the supplements that you recommend?
Yeah.
And it's so hard. I mean, everyone can take supplements in the first week. Don't get me wrong.
Right, you can.
But me as a massage therapist, I've been study the anatomy kind of more deep. I know anybody's different. And those supplements, they're not natural at all. So you have to start see your body needs more supplements to you actually start taking.
Oh,
you know? Because if it's the normal food, doesn't make you feel, energy, you feel weak still, that's when you add supplements. But if you're gonna start take supplements and you don't even sweat, like for me to be honest, it doesn't make sense,
Right.
Because bodies talks, the body can tell you, hey, I need supplements.
Yep.
I need creatine, I need to feel more in pump, whatever. So I don't know if you have the same idea with your clients.
I definitely have the same idea in the fact that you have to wait to see like how your body's going to react to whatever program or protocol your coach or yourself puts yourself on. Because if you're still sluggish, by 2:00 in the afternoon, that's pretty normal because after lunchtime, you've had a big meal, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need, caffeine right then or something like that. That's just kind of a normal process. Also, your sleep the night before and the night before that has a huge, it's a huge player in that process. And if you're going throughout your day thinking that you're doing all these things right, and you're eating right, and you're training right, and you're getting good sleep, you might want to get another set of eyes on your whole lifestyle to really kind of dive in and investigate and see if you're doing these things right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're just checking the boxes and observing the what, but it's like the how you're doing it as well that really matters.
Yeah. When the times come when you have to recommend them supplies, like proteins, creatine, everything.
Yeah.
You're always going with the same brand, or you
not necessarily.
Or you kind of see what that person really need to tell them what they should get.
Yeah, you do. Well, if it's a very case-by-case basis, and it doesn't all happen like at the same time.
Okay.
Like they don't show up one day and I'm like, hey, I've got this list of supplements written down. Here's what you need to start taking. It's kind of more or less like they'll come up to me and they'll be like, hey, Grant, I'm not able to hit my protein goal. What's another way that I can get all this protein in?
The protein
or something
shake.
Like that. And I'll say we can do shakes. We can increase your actual protein amounts, like for your meals, which is always my first recommendation. The protein shakes are great, but they're not going to be, especially if we're in a deficit, they're not going to be as beneficial because they're just not going to fill you up like real meat and real food is.
So if someone hit the nutrition plans correctly, you don't recommend them take any protein shake? That's what you're trying to say?
Right.
But if they missing some milligrams of protein, they can add the protein shake, right?
Yeah. Like for me, whenever I'm during a bulking phase, it's pretty imperative that I have some sort of protein supplementation because the amount of food and lean meats that I have to eat, my fats are super low. So I have to eat a lot of lean meats, which isn't the greatest tasting thing. And so for me to reach my protein goal, which is closer to 300 grams a day, that's a lot of food to digest. So I have to start super early during the day and then stay up relatively late to actually get all that in. But if I just drink a shake, one shake a day at 30 grams of protein, that's a decent chunk, But I wouldn't recommend it simply because a lot of the shakes and the powders that you get have extra additives in them.
Sugars and stuff
that have, side effects that you wouldn't necessarily want just because whey protein in itself or casein or pea or like whatever the protein is doesn't necessarily taste great. So in order to sell it to you, they're going to put these additives in and make it taste better. And that's why you can put, regular protein in with water. And that's...
For how long you think that you can see the result once when you start taking protein or creatine or any vitamins?
Well, you should be seeing results with whatever plan that you're on initially, and the supplement shouldn't make or break your physique. Or, if you're in a muscle gain phase or a fat loss phase, that shouldn't make or break it. It should just kind of add that extra level, that extra edge, and over the long term, you'll see a lot of benefits, but in the short term, not too much.
In short term, you can, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why the people, they buy the bottoms, they just drink it for 1 month, or they take it for a couple months, and they just stop.
And they stop, right?
I mean, you guys listen to him, like, you had to wait longer to see the 100%. Results.
Just like anything.
It's nothing, but it's not like a peptides or testosterone, you start seeing in a couple months, in 3 months, even if you're working out well.
Yeah.
But with the protein, it doesn't matter if you spend all your week on the gym, you're not gonna see result quick.
Yeah.
It had to pass a long time to you start seeing, okay, then I feel more energy, for example. I feel more strong. My pump is better.
Yeah, it's not that you'll not notice it, but it's a natural supplement.
Okay.
Right. So anything that's going to be natural is not going to be as effective in comparison to an unnatural supplement. And so if your expectation is that your progress is going to explode with this natural supplement, then lower that expectation, because a lot of people get their expectations from unnatural supplements.
Yeah.
When that's not the case.
It's not the case, right. What is the hour for take those protein shakes or creatines?
Like
protein
window?
You would recommend if somebody wants to start with the protein shakes, doing more in the morning time or just past afternoon when the day is almost over?
I would stay away from super late at night. I typically won't eat any food within at least an hour of going to bed, or at least trying to go to bed. Just because I find that I wake up really bloated and it's harder for my body to digest everything. So there's a potential that you're missing out on some nutrients in that digestive process.
It's hard for you to use the toilet?
Sometimes.
I'm sorry.
No, that's a real issue. And if that is an issue, then it's most likely either your food timing or the type of food that you're ingesting. And you could add or take away foods based on, recommendations. But for like post-workout, I did a video on this, and there's not necessarily a protein window that's as small as we were originally thinking. Like it's not like 30 minutes or an hour. It's probably closer to up to 4 or 6 hours after that your body's able to, take in that protein and use it still as efficiently as if you were taking it 30 minutes after your training session, or up to 4 to 6.
Did you search that? Like, is actually 6 hours after?
Yeah, that's what the most recent research is saying.
That's great.
For me, I wouldn't stray on too far away, like up to that 6 hour mark, I just wouldn't do it because I'm going to be starving, 6 hours after. And if you notice, after you train, if you eat right away, for me at least, I just don't feel very good. Like I have to wait a little bit, just let my body kind of rest and simmer down a little bit, and then I can eat. But I'm never worried like if the food that I eat after is going to be effective towards, muscle protein synthesis.
Yeah. You combine those supplements. I have clients that they ask me if they can take the creatine with the protein, and also they already take vitamins. You combine all of those three, or
for like multivitamins or
B12, B10, magnesium. The little gummies.
Saying combine them like in the
with the protein and with the creatine.
Oh, I would say that I always take my supplements just in the morning. It's just out of habit. I just wake up, take my supplements, and then my protein shake usually will fall like in the morning as well, just because it's an easy to drink on the go thing as I'm heading here.
I'm gonna say something really crazy, bro. I never been taking seriously protein or creatine or anything.
Really?
Never, bro. Since I was started doing track, play baseball, kind of professional level. Never, bro. Never protein, never creatine. I mean, it's my genetic, obviously.
Right. But I was gonna say that's a great example of the opposite end of the spectrum.
Just healthy food.
Just healthy food. Exactly.
It's not even counting like count my protein. No, just eat until get full. I mean, obviously, I'm not that kind of person who eat until I feel super full that I can be able to sitting on the couch. I mean, I know my limits, and when I feel that I'm okay,
you're done.
That's my
That's a great self-control.
I'm not keep eating. I mean, I don't feel hungry anymore if I feel like that,
Yeah.
But I know people that they had to literally eat more and feel super full to think about, I'm eat good.
Yeah.
Which is not true because your tummy is basically like this. You put your both hands like this, and this is your tummy.
And people eat plates.
And people eat plates like this.
In a setting.
And guess where all that food going to?
Right.
Where going?
It's just stretching your stomach, making it bloated. So, super hard for your body to digest.
So it doesn't matter if you eat healthy or not. If you eat more than this circle right here, is when you belly start expanding.
Yeah.
And you think that you're fat. But it's not fat, it's just your tummy growing because you eat too much, Well,
you eat too much in those settings. Like I eat 6 meals a day.
Right.
So I'm eating, the total amount that I regularly would. It's just spread out the 6 meals.
Which is great because
so much better for you.
But in your case, you already have a goal, You practice for bodybuilding, all that kind of stuff. The busy days that most of the people in this country running every single day,
Yeah, just generally a busy life.
Yeah, and they make this mistake that get the breakfast around 11, 10, something quick, something that doesn't even have protein.
Yeah, like cereals.
And they see, and just like a cup of coffee or iced coffee with so many sugars on the top. And after they eat lunch, dinner, kind of together.
Pretty close,
around 6, and that's when they eat this big plate.
Massive.
And that's when, the tummy starts expanding.
Right.
Slowly, until they start see belly in their bodies. And they freak out, like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my body? It's nothing wrong. I mean, even if you're still eating healthy, you have to give your body that time to digest the food. So I would say trying to do the meal prep if you're really busy, but at least you have to get breakfast between 7, 8, 7, 9, lunch between 12, 1, 2.
Right. I like having breakfast about an hour after I wake up.
Exactly. And dinner between 7 until 8:30, because also you have to wait until your body digests the dinner, because you can just go and fall asleep.
Right.
With your tummy super full.
Which that's a natural reaction to, especially after dinner as well.
That's what most of the people do.
Fall right asleep after dinner.
And that's bad.
Bad. Which is really good if you can go on like a little 10, 15-minute walk just around, your house or whatever. And it doesn't have to be like an intense walk, just literally you moving is going to help with your digestion and stuff, and you're going to notice that you're not bloated, and you're full, and you're not sluggish. It's a great way to digest lunch as well. If you got to go back into the office, back to your chair, you wouldn't be sluggish, because that's a big deal for a lot of people. That afternoon drag.
What are you gonna say?
Well, one thing I was gonna say earlier, I was trying to think of you were talking about your lack of, I guess, consciousness with eating enough protein and kind of eating in general. Like, you just kind of eat whatever you feel like. You're not like binging McDonald's or anything.
Right.
But you're not, super meticulous either. So you're kind of on this spectrum of like, you've got person A over here who's got to be super, super strict with what they're eating. Otherwise, they'll gain a lot of weight just naturally. They just naturally want to eat a lot of things in their habits. And they gain a lot of weight. And you will eat however you feel like eating, and you're able to maintain the physique that you have because of your other habits as well.
Right.
But it's just kind of more a psychological thing.
Right.
To where, me personally, I was not able to put on any sort of weight all throughout high school. And it was only until I was like truly tracking and being super strict and meticulous about what I was eating that I could actually put on weight. So some people are exact opposite.
It's the opposite,
It's the exact opposite. But it's very case by case, person to person dependent as well.
Okay, so I mean, it's great because we already said that it depends of the person, of the clients, but that's why when I see people just buy the coach online or just buy the nutrition plans because they fat, but I mean not fat, but they start see the belly in themselves.
Yeah.
That's wrong because it's like you say, it's two different bodies or so many different digestive system, like all that kind of stuff. Routine. Mm-hmm. Most of the people has different routines. And how you gonna get nutrition plans without you working out? Without you see if it's easy for you gain weight or losing weight, Because in my case, I'm very imbalanced with everything. I'm not losing weight, but I'm not also getting weight fast. I mean, I had to put on work, Mm-hmm. If I want to get weight, I had to do literally like my nutrition plans to get weight.
So you found a solid balance where you like where you look.
Yeah, but that's my body. So and think about like pretty insane, like see those clients, see how they working out for a couple months, 1 month, see how's your body acting. If you with the workout that we already do, you losing weight, and that's something that you want, mm-hmm. you don't have to get the nutrition plans to losing weight because it's automatic on your body that you're losing weight.
It's kind of already happening just based on your natural habits.
Right. Yeah.
That's another thing that I tell people as well. Like the nutrition plan, the training program, the supplementation, it's all just like tools in your toolbox that you can utilize in order to get to your goal faster. But if you're already kind of on track to hitting your goal, then maybe adding extra things in and stacking them on top of each other in your life is just causing more stress, potentially. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of nuance to that because if you're not hitting your goal and that's causing you more stress than adding something, then adding something is going to be the lesser of two evils. And we're going to have to, pick our battles. But I do believe that, you not having a specific plan and you looking like that, and I have to have a specific plan and I have to look like that, that's totally normal. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing wrong with me and there's nothing wrong, with you. That's just your eating habits have developed.
Yeah, but with this, I'm just trying to touch that point when the people that they doesn't working out that often, they think that they're gonna get better if they start acting more like you,
Oh, explain. What's
like that? This new client, kinda huge, kinda fat, they trying to lose a little bit of weight, and they think that they had to start acting like you, like track everything and do everything to get to that point.
Like implementing all these different things.
Because they see you as a model.
Right.
Which is good. But it's the conversation that you just got. It's different bodies for everything. Right. And it's different process,
Yeah.
Because, for example, if it's someone that kind of trying to lose weight, but their systems like mine, you know, they doesn't have to do any diet or something. They just have to working out hard and trying to move and keep moving.
Yep.
You know, do more functionals, do more jumps. I mean, one day drop on the machines, you know, but their body automatic gonna start losing weight.
And that's kind of a learned thing from you as well. You just kind of know that about yourself.
Yeah, but most of the client, they doesn't want to wait. They
Right.
just want to see the progress like this.
I do believe that if you were like intentionally trying to put on, like you yourself, if you were trying to put on muscle, that you would be better off in it from an efficiency perspective to actually sticking to a plan and, you know, tracking all of your stuff just to make sure that, you know, week in and week out, we're actually, you know, putting lean tissue on. But for right now, you know, if you're comfortable with the way that you look and you've found kind of this equilibrium and this balance within yourself, then it's not that you're like progressing, you know, super, super quick, but you're not degressing either.
You're not degressing, yeah.
Yeah.
I just stay right there and growing slowly.
Yeah, it's a slow
growing.
incremental growth.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is another thing we could touch on as well. Whenever you get into shape, it's a way, way easier, and you have to implement a lot less things because you don't have to think about it as much than trying to, you know, get from not in shape to in shape.
Get in shape.
You know what I'm saying? Like you staying where you are is a lot easier than where you were to where you are.
Right.
So that's another thing that, you know, I encourage in my clients. Like you're relatively young now. If we start these habits early and we can kind of catch it, by the time you're 50, 60, 70, we won't have to deal with all these, you know, potential health risks and issues down the line.
Right.
And it's a longevity perspective as well. You know, instilling habits early is way easier to do, you know, in your teens, 20s, and 30s than when you're 40 and 50.
It's so crazy how do you have to add those habits in younger age? If it's not happening, you just concentrate and have fun, drink, whatever you eat, how do you like it. When you get in 30s, 40s, you're gonna see that.
Right.
Because you didn't like implement those habits to your life when you were 20, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And which is very important, you know.
Very important.
Because I mean, it's nothing about the way how you're gonna look like. Oh my gosh, this guy looks super jacked. You know? It's more about healthy.
It's health.
You know, and also don't get struggling with the years, with the past of the years, with the healthy part. You know.
What do you mean?
Because, for example, if it's this person they didn't pay attention to the healthy style life, like fitness, everything, they pass the 40s and they start see, oh, I don't feel more motivated. I mean, I feel so tired.
Lose energy.
Or losing, Yep. And that's why they didn't get those habits in the younger age, you know. So it's kind of helpful for you if you start in younger age, because you won't see you won't gonna have those struggling.
No, you're not.
When you get older, and it's gonna be more easy for you to maintain.
Way easier, and you're not gonna have to worry as much about, like, you don't have to go from, you know, 0 to 100.
Right.
If we're looking at a longevity perspective, you don't have to do every single thing right. You just have to do half of it, half good, and you'll be okay. Because the biggest thing is, especially with American men and women, is their nutrition falls off the rails completely whenever they hit 40, 50, 60, just because they've kind of, you know, gotten comfortable with what they were doing in their 20s and 30s, but your body isn't the same as it was in their 20s and 30s, and you can't eat the same.
You can eat the same
as you were. And so now you have to break those habits, and you're just like,
which is hard. I mean, at that age, it's hard. Like, you won't change anything. I mean, if you don't have the strong mind to change that, it's gonna be so hard.
It's so hard, and I would say it's even harder because the results are gonna take longer to get to and to see, because your body doesn't want to build muscle the way that it wanted to in its 20s and 30s. It's not going to be as muscle growth potentiating, and all these other biofactors aren't going to support your muscle growth or fat loss journey. It's just going to kind of go into a survival mode and just kind of, it's just not acting the same.
It's not acting the same. Yeah, the body completely changed at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't completely understand it myself, but from what I've heard and seen from other people, it doesn't look like a great time.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah. Have you noticed that in your parents at all?
Yeah, my dad. He used to be so like indisciplined with everything. I mean, it's a life too, 7 kids, trying to growing, didn't have a career, didn't have anything, so it has. But I feel that's pretty cool about Latin countries is because the food is really healthy. Doesn't matter if you eat outside, you're gonna find a healthy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not too like synthetic stuff, but still, like he getting so much weight. Like he's 5'9" and he used to weigh 245. Pretty huge guy, like yeah. And then he started working out. He started eat better because he was that type of guy who, at nighttime, this plate, lunch, this huge plate like pasta, and that's not healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, your body doesn't need that. I mean, you're not 7 feet tall.
Right. You don't have that much muscle to maintain.
Exactly.
Either.
And
you're
also,
your
style life, you don't burn calories. Calories. So technically, you don't need eat that much.
No. It's just more of like his body got used to eating that much. And so if he didn't, then he didn't feel full.
Right now, he's losing weight.
That's good.
He's 190.
Nice.
Which is good.
That's huge.
It's huge.
55 pounds.
Mm-hmm. My mom, she always were more that thickness mama.
She was more into it?
Yeah, always. I mean,
is she still into it?
Yeah, she was the hell. She was the person that make me feel healthy, make me eat healthy most of the time when I was growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no sodas, no.
So that's how you started those habits, was from your mom?
With my mom, Yeah, me 14, bro, it was weird, like go to McDonald's or get a soda, a Coke, Sprite. It was so weird.
So weird.
That's why right now when I just go out with my girl or somewhere, like somebody, I just order water.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, it's nothing that I can because, I mean, I have a great shape, I think so. But
I
just
think you
like,
do too.
Thank you. But it's something that I don't want to,
Yeah.
I didn't
it's not
go
like I want to go out and eat and get a soda and eat this crap.
Yeah. Like sometimes I just driving, I just stop in the gas station quick and I get a Sprite or Coke. But that's once in a while.
Right.
It's not most of the time.
Randomly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a buffalo chicken pizza the other day and my stomach blew up, like just terribly, like just super bloated, rumbly tumbly. And it just kind of reminded me of like, my body's just not used to eating, stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, anymore.
And so it's honestly a good thing. It's like a protective mechanism.
Yeah. Within
your body. Like if you eat this crap, then you're going to get this adverse reaction, immediately, as well as,
because the system doesn't get used to that.
Right.
I mean, now you're healthy, 100%.
Yeah. Right.
So if you easily get a burger from McDonald's, you're gonna shit.
You put crap in your body, you're gonna get a crap response from it.
Yeah, man.
Which would be really nice if people who didn't develop that was able to kind of get that without building the habits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.